Hi guys, so today is Saturday, November 11th, 2023, and today we are going to talk about grief. How do you deal with loss? This is something that I have been running from for a while. My dad passed away almost 20 years ago, and my mom passed away earlier this year. I know a lot of us have a flight or fight response when it comes to dealing with stressful situations, especially when it comes to grief. Mine had been avoidant. Sometimes if we're going through something that's particularly difficult, we try to fill our time with all of these activities. We're going to work, we are maybe drinking or smoking something that isn't healthy for our bodies in an attempt to avoid thinking about what's really going on, why we're unhappy. Sometimes we're angry when we're grieving instead of being sad, so we're taking that anger out on other people so that we don't have to deal with missing someone. So I wanted to take the time to encourage you guys to take the time to deal with your grief in a healthy way. Originally, I wanted to title this video, Does Grief Go Away? So the short answer is no. And the long answer is that you learn to live with it, right? So what does it look like if you're unboxing your grief in a healthy way? It might look like getting assistance from a mental health care professional. It might look like you remembering the way that you love someone that you lost in a positive way. You taking all the memories that you made together with that person and bringing them into your day-to-day. I know that's something that I do, that my dad used to do for me when I was little. He would tuck me in at night and kiss my forehead, and then he would wake me up in the morning and say, "Good morning, Ronnie, how you do? Good morning, Ronnie, how you do? Good morning, how you do? Don't you know Daddy loves you? Good morning, Ronnie, how you do?" And so now when I kiss my daughter in the morning, I sing that song to her, and it's a way for me to remember the love that I shared between my dad and I. Or I'll tuck my daughter in and I'll bless her from the top of her head to the soles of her feet, like my mom used to do for me. Or we're buckling up on the way to take her to school, and I sing "Buckle Up for Safety, Buckle Up." Like, those are the things that we can do to keep the people that we love alive, by honoring the memories that we shared with them in a positive way. Because if you think about it, the person that you love wouldn't want you to remember them and feel sad, or to remember them in a way that makes you feel guilty or blaming yourself. They would want you to move forward and to continue to create memories that people can have of you when you're gone. I know when my mom passed away, one of the friends of the family came up to me and he said, "This is where we're all headed." I think a lot of us have a relationship with life and death that it's not, like somehow we're exempt from those types of experiences. But it is. My dad would always say that too, that death is a part of life. So to try not to live it in the past by beating ourselves up over things that we can't change, but to take what we've learned from that, including the hurt, and using it to motivate us to live a better life in the present, one that we can be proud of, one that maybe at the end of your life, when they say you're your life flashes before your eyes, that it can happen twice, because we've lived well, right? You've made choices that you can be proud of. I know one other thing that I wanted to talk about in this video was blame. I know they say that we have 5 stages of grief. There's denial, anxiety, sadness, guilt, and acceptance. So what did I say? I said, so there are 5 stages of grief: denial, anger, bargaining, sadness, and depression. I think the one that caught me the most off guard was, I guess, blame. And I guess you could say that's the same as guilt, but we all process our stress and grief in somewhat different ways. I've met people who are angry that they've lost someone and they feel like it's their fault, and other people lose someone that they love and they take it out on the people that are still here. So you can have children that have lost a parent and that they have guilt, so they blame themselves, but then they also blame the parent that's still there, because you feel like you can't be angry with someone for leaving you. To encourage you guys that it's okay, right? It's okay to be upset. It's okay to be sad. Or my husband would say, like, that it's okay to feel your feelings. I know when my mom passed away, one of the hardest parts for me was that I couldn't talk to her anymore. I used to talk to my mom just about every day. And I'd been doing really well about not crying. And my husband asked me, he's like, when are you gonna let go? And I said, I don't know how I can let go and then keep moving forward. And he's like, well, you have to let go to move forward. And I said, I used to talk to my mom every day, and I can't talk to her anymore. And he said, maybe you can. So after that, I started working on my relationship with God. I would always say, like, you keep your eyes on Jesus, or like if you're going through something and you can't talk to anyone about it, you can talk to God. And so sometimes I'll say, I miss you, Mom. And I feel like I can hear her say, I miss you, baby. I love you. I'm proud of you. Another thing she used to say was, give yourself a hug and a kiss for me. So when I went through that, the season of my life when I was blaming myself for not doing everything that I could have, like maybe I could have done something else and she'd still be here, at the end of the day, death is a part of life. So how do we love people while we're here? Because death is coming for all of us. So if you focus on making sure the memories that you have with the people that you love are positive memories, that's a way to live. And if you're going to take the time to listen to those demons that would tell you you should blame yourself for losing someone that you love, or not having the perfect last words with that person or the perfect relationship with that person, to remind yourself that death is a part of life. And if you're going to remember the bad things, you might as well remember the love that you had with that person too. The good times that you shared, the way that you did show up, and the way that you want to show up moving forward. Those are the things that you have control over. And at the end of the day, you're not alone. You have friends and family, you have other people in your life, And we're all going to be going through the same thing in relationship to loss. And if you still feel like you can't talk to anyone else, you can grab a knee and talk to God. I love you guys. Please give yourself a hug and a kiss for me. And remember to be kind to yourself and others. I will see you in the next video.